My fellow Nerdigans, welcome back to another episode of That's So Nerdy. Today we've got another best of one match up for you, and it's going to be between Androids 17 and 18 and Boujack. So we're going mono-yellow build with the Androids and then blue-yellow with the Boujack. I will admit that the Boujack is not quite complete yet, but we are working on it. Getting the singles is a little pricey for Boujack for the ones that we want, but I mean, such is the nature of this game. We've got me on the left piloting the Androids and then Tommy on the right piloting Boujack, and I was actually pleasantly surprised on how much fun I had playing this deck. I really wasn't expecting it to be my type of playstyle, but it actually turned out to be a lot of fun. Alright, so I'm playing Skill Absorber first. It draws a card when I play it, and it also, if it's tapped down by one of my, or when it's played or tapped down by one of my yellow Android skills, or yellow card skills, I get to negate the skills of a 5-drop or less on my opponent's side of the board. So obviously that doesn't get around barrier, but that's still fine. It's still a really useful tool. It came in a lot more handy than I actually was expecting. So I mean, that's good news. So it looks like he's gonna swing into me for with his leader. I take the damage. This leader does have an alternate awaken, so if you tap down one of your Android cards using a skill, then you can awaken with your leader by drawing a card and restanding an energy, or you can wait until you're at 4 life and then restand 2 energy. Alright, so I've played my second energy, and then I'm going to tap 2 to play out my Unison. Android 13 Robotic Unity. It's got Rejuvenate, which I haven't used, but I haven't played with this deck very many times. It's got an auto ability that when you can use it to tap down one of your Android cards, and you can take one of your opponent's skillless battle cards from their side of the board and stick it underneath them. And then he's got a +1 that you get to restand one of your mono yellow Androids. It's a really good ability. I ended up using it more than I was expecting. So I swung with my leader, swung with my Unison, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to end my turn, because I don't have any way to tap down Dr. Giraud, Android 20. So yeah, it's Tommy's turn. Now he's going to play out his Janemba Unison, which is just pretty much a placeholder until we get more of the Boonisons. We got one in there, but that's all we've pulled so far. So I took the life from his leader swing, and now he's going to swing with his Unison after adding a marker to give it critical. And for me, I mean, he swung at my Unison, so that's fine. That actually does really well for me because it's protecting my life. That's one thing I do like about the Unisons being so important to like deck strategies, is they become targets, so your life is actually a little bit more protected because they want to target your Unison to get rid of the benefits that you get from them. So it looks like I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm looking, and I've had the Trunks Unison and the SCR. Well, I have the proxied card for my SCR. I just do that for our casual play. That way, like, I don't risk messing up the cards in the casual play. I have it in the actual card in the top loader off screen, as well as the SCR that we're playing in Boujack. So now I combo with Android 18, and she gets played out because of her ability. And then, I forgot I did that. So I play out the other Android, and then I get to I mean, he doesn't have any battle cards in play, so I don't get to suck any skills away. But I do get to play out that 3-drop dual attacker for 1 energy instead of 2. And now, because I tap down an android, I get to awaken. Right now, I'm just explaining what the android does to Tommy. During his attack, I can tap down an untapped android and negate the skills of his one of his battle cards. I think it might just be one of his cards, excluding his leader. That's such a good ability, especially if your opponent's swinging in with like dual attack, triple attack, double strike, triple strike, whatever it may be. You just negate those skills and take 1 damage instead. Alright, so it looks like Tommy is down to 4 life now, which normally you'd be able to awaken by now, but because Boujack is who he is, you can't awaken until 3 life actually, or when you have a 4-drop unison out. Now Tommy's just asking me the logistics of like how he would play this card. I'm a little bit more well versed in card games than Tommy is. He picked it up really quick, but he just got into the TCG community about almost 2 years ago now, and it started with Magic, and then we've moved on to this. We've dabbled in Pokemon, dabbled in UFS, but our staples are this and MTG. So now I'm swinging in with my dual attacker again because he's comboed out of the first attack. And now he's figuring out what he wants to do. He takes the life. I had to remind him to pull his cards off the board for the super combos. Or for the combo. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that ends this turn. I could be mistaken though, because I do still have 2 energy up. Alright, so now we're actually sitting in a pretty good situation. It's his turn. We're sitting at 4. He's sitting at 2. And he's actually going to make a misplay this turn because he actually wanted to awaken, but he didn't do it because he forgot. He was getting a little flustered with my board state and being able to just like negate his skills, and he didn't he was being really wary about playing any battle cards because I could just negate their skills, and then they wouldn't be as much of a threat. And it actually gives me access to do more things when he has skillless battle cards on the board, such as stealing his skillless battle cards, putting them under my unison, or just being able to cheat something out for cheaper. Yeah, there was a long pause there for, he had a lot of decisions he was trying to make, didn't know exactly what he wanted to do, how he wanted to play it. I also believe he accidentally played the wrong card as energy, if I remember correctly, so he was also a little not happy about that. But yeah, he's been swinging into my unison. One, because he wants me to not have the abilities of my unison, and 2, because well, actually there is no 2. It's just 1. He just doesn't want me to have the ability to do anything with my unison. And now oh no, now he's swinging into Dr. Giro. That's right, he's swinging into Dr. Giro because he's one of the ways that I negate skills. So now I used Boujack the Evildoer to bottom deck my Dr. Gero. And he just asked me what that 17 and 18 do, so I was just explaining to him. He's swinging into my Unison again. I take this damage, of course, because I didn't counter out. And then he restands, and then he's going to do it again. And that's going to take out my Unison, because I don't have a counter for it. I don't have anything I can do against it. There's no defensive combo step for Unisons, so there's nothing I could do there. He, at this point, he even asked me, well, with your hand size, are you seriously telling me there was nothing you could do to stop me from taking out your Unison? And since I didn't have any counters or anything in my hand, then yeah, no, I didn't have any way to protect my Unison. But my Unison served its purpose. It protected my life. Bought me a couple extra defensive steps. Now I'm pitching these androids to draw 2 cards. And I picked up 17 and a B.O.1. And now I'm looking at my leader's ability to see how I can trigger his abilities, what exactly are the abilities. This is the first time that I've piloted this deck, so I am kind of learning on the fly, which is why I said I was not expecting to like this deck as much as I did. I had a lot of fun with it, and it was really strong, honestly. Even considering the fact that none of the cards really have protection, I think that the 3-drop 17 and 18, and then the 5-drop 17 and 18 may have deflect, if I'm not mistaken, but they don't have barrier or anything, so they can very easily be removed off the board, especially with something like charismatic villain or something like that. Oh, he baby hatches me from my attack. Pitches the card. So like I said, our cards were proxied off to the side. Just that way we don't have to worry about damaging them while shuffling or anything like that. Now I use Bardock to tap down Baby. Literally just because I wanted to be able to play out Bardock. And that's a free way to do it. You just tap down one of your opponent's cards, play them out. So I just negated the skills of Boujack the Evildoer and played Android 19 so I could pop it. I used my leader's activate main. That's one thing I've noticed a lot of people do when Baby Hatch gets dropped, is they'll just give up on the turn. And while yes, sometimes that is a good idea because you want to protect your energy for defensive purposes, if you don't have anything in your hand to defend, then why not go for it? I mean, plus at this point, like, I still have 3 energy up. I'm still sitting really nicely. And with my leader's ability, now that I've had Android 19 hit the board, I can constantly circle combo with him. So I can combo with him and then use my leader's ability, swing, play him back out from the drop area after I've negated the skills on a battle card. It's just so good. It was a lot better of a loop than I was expecting. I would run more of those in this deck, so it was a little more consistent, but I only pulled 2 from my booster boxes, and I haven't taken the time to consider maybe ordering some singles for this deck, because I don't really see it doing anything competitively, especially considering its lack of protection. And most people that are playing competitively are playing things like God Sealing Technique or playing Charismatic Villain, things like that just stop you from being able to do things if you don't have protection on your cards. Alright, so Tommy has awakened, and now he's swinging in with his Unison. I comboed out with Android 17, and then he has the same ability as 18 when you combo with him. Boom. Yeah. So I take that life, because he comboed up to 50 on the Baby Hatch swing. So I comboed out of his Unison swing, took the damage for the Baby Hatch swing. And then if I'm not mistaken, I believe I will combo out of this next attack and play another baiting. But we shall see. We shall see. Because Tommy right here is deciding what he wants to do. I mean, obviously he's going to swing with his lead because it's not... Unless you don't have the ability to do so, then it's... Why wouldn't you? So now he's getting ready to combo and like pay the cost for Boujack, but he realizes, well, I remind him that if he's playing it from his energy, he does have to pay the combo cost. Because the Boujack does say that it only reduces the combo cost of Boujack Brigade cards in your hand. So if you're playing it from the energy, you do have to pay the energy to combo with it. So it is a little more limited in the energy, but honestly, once his deck's fully tuned up, I think it'll be a lot better. He's skeptical about it, but that's because he's not really a control style player, so he has a hard time with controlled decks. So I just comboed with 18 and 19, so 19 gets sent to the drop area. 18 gets played out instead of being played to the drop area, and Tommy just did the same thing, played him out instead of sending him to the drop area by paying the auto cost. And then he's going to use his ability to bottom deck my dual attacker, which is the smart thing to do in this situation. Now I'm sitting looking at my hand. I do trigger Assault of the Androids to give my leader plus 5,000. It's essentially a Sensu Bean for the turn, and that ended the turn for Tommy. Alright, so I play Unison as energy. If I remember correctly, I do play another Unison out at some point. I could be wrong about that, because I'm pretty sure I'm about to negate the Beato's skills, swing with my lead, and then play out the 19 from my drop area, I believe is what I do here. No, so I tap one energy, or no, I use my leader's ability, tap the 16 to negate the skills of Beto, and then 16 restands itself and gives itself another 11,000 power. And then I tap 4 energy to play this out since he has a skillless in play now. That's what I do, that's right. So now he has a skillless card in play, so that reduces the energy cost of that by 1. And then this card's auto ability is I don't remember, but it really made things a lot different for him. I do remember one of the activate mains, you can pitch the card from the battlefield and you get to restand 2 of your skillless oh yeah, that's right. When he's played, you negate the skills of all Unison and battle cards of you and or your opponent. So you can choose any number of them. So now I'm going in. If I'm not mistaken, it does go for 1 more turn. So another dimension magic to my attack. Yeah, I believe that this makes it all the way to one more turn. I believe he's able to counter and combo out of all the swings that I make. So yeah, swing with 17, and then I'm going to do 2 swings with 18. I mean, I'm hoping at this point, like, he's down to 1 life, that at one of these junctures he'll have to take the damage. But no, he just combos all the way out. I believe that dwindles his hand down to 3. And I'm sitting at a comfortable, I think, 5 or 7 cards. So he, and I have Flying Nimbus in my hand. So that is something that comes in handy. It's not a huge issue, especially since, like, all of his cards minus his leader have no skills for the turn, so he can't add markers to his unison. He can't bottom or not bottom deck. He can't give his Beto what's the word? Critical. Sorry, can't give his Beto critical. He's pretty much just trying to figure out how he's going to go in and take my 3 life at the end of in this turn in order to try and steal the game away from me. So here's a little mistake he made. Instead of swinging with his unison before popping it to play out another one, he just, like, let it pop, which is unfortunate. Because that could have just been a 20k swing right there. Or is it 15? I believe Janemba's actually 15. So yeah, that could have been a 15 crit swing right there. But he was already flustered with the game. And was pretty much over it because he could kind of see where it was going. But if he hadn't made a couple key mistakes, he might have actually come out on top with how close this game actually was. But yeah, I'm going to combo with 19 to combo out of his leader swing. And then I'm going to Flying Nimbus his unison swing. And then I believe that ends his turn. And then we agree. Yeah, that ends his turn. I restand everything. And then he tells me that he pretty much isn't going to be able to make it out of this. Especially when I reveal what I'm going to be doing. Like right here, he's telling me that the game's over. Like with as many cards as I have on the board, like this game's over. And then, yep, I play out, boom, and that's exactly how it goes. We call it there. And for all intents and purposes, like it was a decent game. Honestly, once Boujack gets fully updated and is done, then I think it'll be a much better deck, and he would actually enjoy playing it a bit more. But if you like what you saw, go and like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. And stay tuned for more gameplay and deck profiles, and stay nerdy.